Nope. Hey, Louie. Terry, good morning. There he is. All right. You're here.
Yeah,
Or you're at the beach. I don't know.
I'm everywhere. Good morning, everyone, or actually good afternoon now that it's after 12. YouTube posting an error message for your link. Huh. Huh. I don't know about that. Can you give PD Moral the YouTube link that you're using? Hey, PD, you're here anyway. What do you need the YouTube link for? Matt just posted it. I'm doing well, Omar. How are you? Good day. Hello, David. Robert, Dalton, Ralph, Michael. Clyde is on vacation. He's on holiday. Clyde knew that this week was going to be a little off, so he's on holiday. Harry's trading. Harry's the trader. Where did he go? He went to St. Petersburg, and I'll be joining him there on Thursday. Or actually, yeah, Thursday night. He's celebrating my wife's birthday. You're welcome, Rich. And yeah, so I gave you guys well, it doesn't really make any difference now since we're past that. But let me go ahead and share my screen here. Screen 6. Let me go ahead and I'm just gonna open up my TC 2000. Just give me a second to do that. Matt, so I asked the folks what they thought of my camera, the new camera,
Yeah. What they think?
and they liked it.
Well,
Yeah, I showed them
you
this
have
morning.
great natural light in there, though.
Yeah, I do have very good natural light in there.
We have no natural light in here.
We have no natural light in here, but it would still be great with these lenses. The link is now works. Thanks. All right. Good. All right. Let me get my TC 2000 here. Here's my other. Oh, here it is. There it is. All right. Hey, John. So if you guys are in the pit, notice I've been very slow to give trades. I haven't given any trades out this week. It's because the market is very, very choppy and has a lot of uncertainty. If you look at the S&P 500, you could see here it broke below the VWAP. It's now at the VWAP. It doesn't know what to do with itself, and volume is low. And I want to good, Brian, good. And I want to make sure that we are. Um, you grabbed that from
Yep.
Brian, Matt, but I want to make sure that we are on the right track. So I want to make sure I give you good stocks, not just stocks, but really good stocks to help you guys make money. Um, so I'm being very, very slow because I want to make sure that we are positioned in the right direction. Okay. And there's just not that many great trade opportunities right now. I just want to be cautious. I don't want to, it's not about being lazy or not being around. I'm sitting here doing the same thing I'm always doing, and it's really boring when there's no trades. It's a lot less boring. Yeah, it's a lot less boring when I'm trading and time goes by much faster. But I'm not going to give you guys trades for the sake of saying, "Hey, I'm going to give you this many trades." It's not about how many trades you make, it's how much money you make. We're doing this to make money, not to place trades. Remember that. We're doing this to make money. Now, this morning, I talked about all the. It's really great that I'm on in the morning because I don't have to go through. I don't have to go through the market analysis every day twice. But as I mentioned, the big report is going to be the FOMC minutes tomorrow, and the biggest report is going to be Powell speaking. Now, this report is going to be really important. I mean, him speaking is going to be really important, and the reason him speaking is going to be really important is because the market genuinely is now pricing in. Um, they're expecting the market is expecting a rate cut in September. So it's not before where, well, if we don't get one, nothing's going to happen. We're not really expecting one. The odds are at 50%. Right now, the market's actually expecting one, expecting one. So now, if Powell talks on Friday and his language is not uh, uh, overly optimistic, it's gonna cause a reaction, and that's not gonna be a great reaction. So, yeah, I don't know about three in 2024. I'm hoping one in November. And again, you see the problem is, and this is what the market doesn't want to price in. The market gets too excited. The thing about the market is, in the long run, the market gives you fair value. In the short run, you're always dealing with over hot, over cold, over hot, over cold. The market's always going between getting too cold and getting too hot. So it's really really important. It's really really important to kind of have a good gauge of where we're at and why swing trading and day trading can be so profitable because the market doesn't price in value fairly in the short term. In the long term, if I look at the market over 3 years, I promise you I'll have fair value. But if I'm looking at a market over 5 days, you see how the kid, how excited he gets every time there's an interest rate announcement. It's like a little child. They get overexcited. Yeah, the VWAP is very, very useful because it gives you that anchor. You got to have an anchor. But we don't want again we need to be careful here. We need to be careful and we need to know what we're dealing with. Yeah, the kid does need a Valium. He does. He needs a shot of cognac, Bodine. That's what he needs. A shot of cognac or a shot of tequila. Anyhow, this is going to be really an important announcement. This will be very, very, very important. There will be a lot of things to be said here. So I'm looking forward to hearing that on Friday, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the bond market reacts. That will be extremely, extremely important. Ah, okay, sorry about that. Um, the other thing I wanted to add was this morning I showed you guys, yeah, this morning I showed you guys a strategy that comes in very effectively after you see several up or down days in a row. So if you look at the market, you'll see that the market just been having straight up days. And we know that sooner or later we're going to have to consolidate, but this is just straight up days. And it hasn't been chip stocks. Look at chip stocks. Chip stocks are chip stocks are still under the 50-day moving average. So we haven't seen that. Notice where they pause right below the 50-day moving average. And I think the market is starting to cool off here, and chip stocks are definitely going to cause it to cool off. If you look at the QQQ here, there's not much liquidity in the market, Cyrus, in terms of institutions right now, mostly retail. That's the other thing. If you look at the QQQ, you will see that we're not even at the this is a shoulder head. We're not even at that area yet. So I do believe we're going to start getting a little bit choppy, figuring out where we're going to go. And again, we're still not even in September. And usually till on election year, the summer debt, we actually become dead in terms of volume much, much later in the year. Why does that happen? Because we have more unforeseeability after the summer in an election year than ever before. So something to be very mindful of. Another thing to pay attention to, you too, John, you too, is, and I mentioned this earlier today, volume on the SPY. Volume has been down. It hasn't been up. We haven't had strong volume. Volume has been coming down. All right. So we got to be careful right now. Right now, institutions haven't come in yet. Usually everything retail does is mean reverting. It doesn't tend to sustain itself. The VIX is a lot more active today. It's showing, up now, down again. But again, the VIX we are above VWAP right now. But again, there's a little more volume. But I think as we get closer till tomorrow, because we have FOMC, which isn't going to be a big deal. But I think after tomorrow, we're going to start seeing some more volatility. we have to be extra careful because if the market starts to falter and starts coming back down, there's a long ways to the 50-day moving average, to the 100-day moving average. So I want to be extra careful. One other thing that you may or may not have noticed is small caps. Small caps are down 1% today. Okay. Notice small caps. They've been up mostly every day with the SPY, but they're starting to uh thanks, Robert. They're starting to cool off a little bit. So the fact that SMH can't get above the 50-day line, that's very speculative. The fact that Russell 2000 is starting to cool off today, even on a day when the market is down only 0.10 and the QQQ down only 0.7. Small caps are down 1. That's interest rate sensitive. Bond market still moving higher, still looking for that inflationary level. So when you have the bond market moving up like this, and when you see the SPY kind of hanging off, it's a warning sign. It's a big, 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 big warning sign. So again, uh, my concern right now is I want to get through. Now, if we can get past this week without a pullback, then there's the odds are we're going to go higher. And if we can get above SMH, if we can get above this level, that'll be a very strong sign. Not that I'm ready to buy chips till we get right here to the 265 level. Um, but I want to make sure that this rally in chips is a real deal because so far AI has not given us that nice boost that we had earlier this year. It has not at all. How's YouTube, Matt? How many people we got on YouTube?
We have 50.
Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. How can we capitalize on IWM drop expected? Beverly, what's the program we have IWM in, Matt?
Bargain Hunter.
We currently have IWM short Beverly and Bargain Hunter, and it doesn't expire for another 2 weeks. And I almost put it short in the pit today. The only reason why I didn't put it in the pit is because I didn't want to double dip.
Nobody likes double dipper.
Nobody likes a double dipper. Look, I even wrote it here. Look. So if you guys think I'm joking, I'm not. Look. Adding IWM to my short watch list already in one other program, so I'm hesitant to double dip at 10:17 a.m. Yeah, well, there you go. I'm glad I was able to help you, Michael. But again, you understand my position. What if it went against us? I already have it in one program. I would be called a double dipper, and I have to set example here. See, Murray, life is tough for me here. I can't double dip. I can't double dip. All right, so that's the status of the market. A lot of unknowns right now, a lot of turmoil, a lot of turbulence, a lot of Clyde is on vacation, Richard. I can't get feedback from him till when he gets back. Harry's the main man right now. All right, so let me give you my short list and let me give you my long list, okay, of stocks. Oh, I almost forgot. I was going somewhere with this. So this morning, before I give you my list, and Matt, do you have my CTA? I'm doing a webinar at 1 o'clock.
Uh, you know, what's
It's
funny
going to be
about
a
that?
very, very interesting seminar. We've had 11 winners in a row in the class that I'll be teaching you guys, and I'll be giving you some red meat.
Ever.
Clyde likes to take vacations, Cyrus. If you look like him, you take vacations too.
It's not in your trading chat though.
It's not.
I don't
You
see
want
it.
to let me ask them for
But
it.
I got it. I got it.
Okay. Is that it? Front? Let's see. Oh, I guess that's it.
Tuesday, August 20th.
No CTA, no nothing. Just that, huh? Just a login link. A lonely login link. Yeah, guys, check it out. It'll be really cool. It's happening at 1 p.m. today. Matt just posted the link. Don't go there right now. Oh, looks like IWM wants to take another dump. Look at that. Coming right down. Okay, So let's do our stocks. Let's do our stocks. What I wanted to tell you was this: if you see, there is a system that you should have the code for. It's called 9010. And if you see a market going straight up or straight down, and you don't see any stocks on your hit list, Susan, can you give Susan the YouTube link so she can get you watch it on YouTube? So you can use the 90-10 strategy. What the 90-10 does is it finds stocks that are making a 90-day low and a 10-day high. And I'll show you again, like I showed you this morning. And I gave you the code in StockFetcher. It's Edgar Bronfman Jr. John Jr. The son, not Edgar Bronfman's dead. It's it's Junior. Good, Michael. Good. Yeah, he's the half brother of the two girls that I worked with. Yeah, here's the 90-10 long. Look, here's the 90-10 long, and here's the 90-10 short. So here, let me show you, for example. Look at Target. Made a 90-day low, made a 10-day high, pulling back, trying to fill the gap. Look at BP. I like BP. Made a 90-day low, made a 10-day high, trying to come back down. AD&T. But again, when do these setups work well? When you see a market, when you see a market that's been going straight up for several days and you want to find strong opportunities against that direction, like Cracker Barrel, 90-day low, 10-day high, coming down right now. So I gave you the code for that. Now, Roger, what if the market's just going down, 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 and you want to go down? Well, that's a breakdown trade or a breakout trade. These are pullback trades. I have no idea. It's just regular stock fetcher. I don't know. I've had it for 30 years now, Bev. It feels like 30 years, probably less than that, like 20 years, but it feels like 30 years. I don't know. But here's the long version and here's the short version. And again, if you see market going up for 5, 6, 7 days straight, start looking at 90-10 shorts. If you see the market going down for 5, 6 days straight, start looking for 90-10 longs. And again, this is something that I wrote years and years and years ago, did several videos years and years ago. There are videos in the members portal. There are instructional. The VIP bootcamp has it, talks about it. This is a very old strategy that I've done for years. You want to see the short stocks? Yeah. Right now, you got, and again, be careful when they're really strong. You want stuff like this, stuff that started curling already. Like Target's reporting, so forget it. Like British Petroleum, like AD&T, like Cracker Barrel, strong downtrend, 10-day high, and then coming back down again. Who's muted in Zoom? Am I muted? Carlos, am I muted? I'm not muted. You can hear me fine. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay. Want to make sure you guys understand. All right, let's now go through my list. And again, there are videos online. It's your end, Carlos. Let me just tell him it's just him. Okay. Let's go through our list. Seadrill, a clean breakdown. Right here would be my stop loss around 46.75. Too spready. Is that downward all the way to the support level or lower? I don't know what you're asking me, Cyrus. I don't understand. But I know how, look at the intraday chart and look at the daily chart and look how much they look alike. All I know is you've got downside, Cyrus, here till about $39 before we hit support. But the spreads are too wide. Next one is CHRD. Nice breakdown stock. about 157.61 right here. Oh, is that a downward all the way to the support level or lower? I'm at 90-day up, 10 days. All the way to the support level, Cyrus. And then even lower possibly. Right here about 157, 158 as a stop loss. Oh, too spready here too. Can't do anything here either. Oh, too spready. Can't do anything on these stocks. Too damn spready. Alarm. Too spready. Let's go down the list. Okay, I'm going to give you three stocks. You only need one. Let me show you why. CVX, SLB, and Hess. Why do you only need stocks? Because they're all related to each other. Okay, so we'll just do CVX. Put a stop loss right here at about 148.50. Go about 24 days out. 69 delta, 150 put, September 13th expiration. Yes, highly, 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 highly correlated. Something that's highly correlated, you don't need to double dip. Yeah, Fluffy, I'll make sure it's available. I'm 90% sure we made it available for Thinkorswim before, like years ago, and we just haven't found it. Matt's going to look for it, right, Matt?
Yeah, I talked about it before as well, though. That I do think we have it. If we don't have it, then we can make it pretty quickly. The problem is that I still really recommend going with Stock Fetcher because of the time back machine. You won't be able to do that in Thinkorswim, so you'll get today's, and that's it. If you wanted yesterday's,
Yeah,
tough.
so
You're not going to get it.
anyway, so just FYI, but it's not something new. It's not something we're selling. It's something I've been using for decades, literally decades. Um, yeah, so the option here would be the CVX. The option would be about 24 days out, right here, 150 put, September 13th. Monster. Matt, remember you and I have been talking about this for a few days now.
Short.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
15 days, about right here, about the 15-day EMA, about 48 level, 24 days out.
Yeah. Why didn't I short it yesterday?
I I don't know.
I talked myself out of it,
I know you did. That's what I said. You talked
but I
yourself out
don't
of
remember
trades.
why.
Uh, in this case, you don't want to go, you want to go only about, that's too spready. It's too spready. Maybe that's why, because the spread is really wide.
It was the spreads. Yep.
Yeah, the spread is wide. That's why, but it's a good choice. And then I like this IR. That's
Oh, and it's hard to borrow.
and it's hard to borrow. There you go. It's an A-line trade. Nice, Cyrus. Bodine says, not sure if all the Zoom clients are the same, but joining on browser on Linux, it has a link at the top that says meeting is now streaming live on YouTube instead of searching through the chat for a link. Okay.
Bodine, you're using Linux?
IR right here is 93.37. 31 days to go. IR 78 delta. Yeah, go to 64 delta, 95 put. This market is just, I don't have a good read for this market right now at all. Sometimes, Ralph, depending on what broker you use, certain brokers will have those hard to borrow shares.
You can also pay for them. It's called paying for locates. You can
Yeah.
reserve shares
Yeah.
to short.
I mean, you better be good at what you're doing if you're going to be going down that route.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the long side. I still like McDonald's. You know, I liked it yesterday and I still like it, but again, I'm a little nervous here. Oh, interesting, Bodine. I would use the gap right here, the 280 level, maybe. Brendan, IR option was the right here, 95 put, September 20th. Let's do McDonald's. McDonald's, we're looking at calls. We're now looking at 24 days out. We're looking at 70s. Delta 280 call McDonald's September 13th expiration. CNC. I like this stock. I like this stock. I really do. Now, again, look at the daily and look at the intraday. They look very, very similar. 15-day, maybe about 75-ish, 75.50. 24 days till expiration. 68 Delta, 76 call, September 13th expiration. This market, I just don't have a good read for this market today. My father, for a while, my dad loved, when he was a little younger, he used to love build computers. He always used to tell me Linuxes are like the most solid machines. They'll never break, they can never have a virus or anything like that in them. PGR. This is a stock I'm very interested in right now, actually. Um, I put my stop maybe at about the 230 level, 229 level. 69 Delta, 230 call, PGR, 31 days to go, September 20th expiration. Ken and Bodine, how's the front end? Is it similar to Windows, or does it look like a DOS machine? I haven't looked in like at least a decade. Or is it like all app based? I'm curious what the front end looks like. Two thirty call, PGR 230 call, September 20th expiration. Campbell Soup. Very defensive. Very defensive. Huh. Interesting, Bodine. Interesting.
That was
Interesting.
the third thing that made me nervous about shorting Monster. Most of the strengths in consumer staples.
Mm-hmm.
So to go short a consumer staple kind of felt like I was working backwards.
This 0.86 delta, 48 call. I like this right here. Yeah, I like XLP. I do. I do like XLP. Uh, notice on my list you're not seeing notice we're not seeing a lot of tech stocks on my list, up or down. They're kind of muted a little bit right now. Oh, that's nice, Vivek. Nice. AbbVie, I don't know. I don't know if I still like AbbVie. It wasn't on my list this afternoon. Maybe, Michael. There was a lot of stocks that I missed. If you give me a few minutes, I'll go through it when I'm done here. But this looks very nice. Maybe about 345-ish area as a stop. September 20th expiration. We'll have to do a spread here. 350 call buy, 360 call sell, as long as you could do it for less than $6. Let me just take a quick look at AbbVie. Oh, AbbVie looks beautiful, Michael. Let's add it to our list. Looks beautiful, 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 beautiful. It does. It looks beautiful. What can I tell you? I'm not going to lie to you. One thing about me, guys, I'm as straight as they come. I'm not gonna tell you some cockamamie story about 189. If I like something, I like it, and if I don't like it, I don't like it, and that's how it is. Right, Matt?
Yeah, you're pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I don't mince words. 190 call right here. Perfect. 190 call. It does look great. And it's pretty defensive too. Let's look at the Dow for a second here. See, the Dow is almost at its old high again. And the Dow has the healthcare, the consumer staples, all those goodies. Kind of like the opposite of IWM right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off base. But I do like it a lot, Michael. I like it a lot. Yeah, I imagine they would. I mean, I haven't heard anything negative about them. Yeah, everybody for professionals, they all use Linux. They don't use I would have just assumed all their things looks like my apps on my smartphone devices. That's just what I assumed they would all look like. But I haven't had any crashes like my smartphones, all those Linux devices, they don't have any I have not had any accidents or crashes or anything on them. But I just kind of assumed they all look like apps. Anyways, CTAS, I like the stock. 758 as a stop loss. Gotcha. Gotcha. No, I'm not covering up anything here. My thing is at the all the way at the bottom. Is it better now, Al? Tell me if this helps. All I did was I just moved my video screen up. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So we're looking at calls. We're looking at September 20th expiration. We're looking at a spread. And we're going to go ahead and buy the 770 call and sell the 780 call for $6 or less. Like infinitely more, Cyrus, infinitely more. Let's continue this. Why don't you post my link to my broadcast one more time, Matt? Can I repeat CTAS? Yeah, why not? I'm not really in a rush today. Uh, I would use and put my stop at about 750-ish, low 750-ish. I would buy the 770 expiring September 20th and sell the 780 expiring September 20th. No, they're not 1 days. My swings are usually between five and anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, generally speaking. These are multi-days. Yeah. Again, only do this if you can get $6 or less on the spread. All right. Let's move back to NEE. I like this stock. I like 76, 74, 78 Delta. Sorry, wrong options. September 13th expiration, 77 call. No, you're welcome, John. Grab that from John. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's good, Alan. Good, good. Good to see that. It's interesting how many people don't use PCs. That's what I found interesting from this conversation. Also, here, this is the only techie communication stock that is making a 52-week high right now. Do you lag the position off? What do you mean, do you lag the position off? Sorry, Wes, I don't understand what your question is. Do you lag the position off? I don't know exactly what you mean. Maybe you can repeat yourself, Wes, and I'll answer your question. But here we go. Spotify, I would put my stop right below this range around 331. This thing can move too. Give yourself a little room. The biggest problem I see with folks, not the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems that I see is people don't give their positions enough room. They don't take ATR into account. They use tight stops. You for this one, you want to use a delta of 51 will spread a 345 versus a 350. 345 versus a 350. Expiring on September 13th. Should cost you $5 to $6. On the spreads, do you lag the position off? Lag the position off. I don't. I'm sorry, Wes. Send me an email. Something just gave me an alert. Oh, coin. Let's take a look. Yeah, it's right here. I'm looking all over the place, but it's right in front of my face. Take a look at coin. Ah, right at the 200-day moving average. So if coin starts breaking down right now, below the 200, we have a really nice trade to the downside. Look at the intraday. Look at the daily. And look at the intraday. But it's got to break the 200-day moving average. We got to break the 200-day moving average.
Did you go over Palantir?
No,
That's my
yesterday.
favorite tech stock right now.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. PLTR. Let's take a look. Oh, it's looking beautiful right now. I like it.
It's kind of a defense stock, though. A little bit of both.
It's a little what?
It's kind of they're a quasi
Yeah.
defense
Yeah. It's got a little bit
contractor.
of both.
I
I
don't know
do
how to
like
say
it
that
right
word right
now.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The US government is a big client of theirs, but
Yeah.
they're mostly tech based.
Mm-hmm. Starting to break down. I'm not loving this. I'm not liking this market a lot, and I'm not hating this market. I'm very neutral in this market, which makes it really hard to trade because I like to have very strong bias one way or the other. All right, Matt, why don't you go ahead and drop the link one more time? I'm doing a class at 1 o'clock. This is a class where I'll show you how we were able to get 11 winners in a row. 11, or did we get a 12th one, Matt? We're at 11, right?
Uh,
Do you close the position at the same time or close them at different times? It depends, Wes. Usually at the same time. The time you would do them at different times is usually with time spreads. Can I say a few words on ATR and how to use it? Not right now, Peter. I can, but not right now.
nope.
Yeah, usually no. You usually no. You don't because you get a better spread if you don't do that. The best way to do it is just start at the offer and work towards the bid, or start at the bid and work at the offer. And just every 10, 20 seconds actively, let's say you're bidding 30 and the offer's 30, 20, 30.05. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 30.10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You do it like a machine. Count to 10 and keep moving it back and forth. How does XLY look? XLY looks like the rest of the market, just very, very. There's a lot of. Here's the problem. Look, here's the problem. Look at the QQQ. You go from here to here. You expect to have a couple of a little periods of a little consolidation. I think that's what we're seeing right now. I don't know if this is a reversal, but I think we're going to have a little bit of a consolidation. So I'm trying to be extra cautious right now, not to get stuck for a couple of days. Okay. All right, Matt, throw out that CTA for me. Start getting into seasonality, and there's your screen. Gonna have to get you that webcam, Matt.
Yeah, that'd be
Looks really
sweet.
good. Look, huge difference between this one and that one. All right, you ready, Matt?
Yeah.
And don't forget to post my CTA. Got to watch this guy very, 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 very like a hawk.
There's your CTA.
There we go. Here, let me do it too. Go ahead, Matt.
Stealth surge, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You guys don't want to miss it. We've had 11 winners in a row. We
10.
haven't even been able to get the marketing to align in time. We're moving so fast on it. I love that. All
I'm
right,
only
Matt,
counting
go
10.
10. I thought it was 11 already.
No,
No?
10.
Oh, all right. Maybe it was in a different program. All right. All right. You got to watch me. I get too overzealous. We'll have to
I,
make an 11 out of
I
it.
mean, 10 out of 10 doesn't grow on trees either.
That's true. That's true. But I thought we were at 11. All right. Anyway, take over and I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. I
All
am
right.
Bodine. I am.
All right, folks. Starting the long side. This thing's just been all over the place. But it is what it is. We look every day. Long side looks okay. Nothing really sticking out uh, over the top. We look at the short side. Kind of the same thing. We're just kind of hanging out in the middle. Interestingly, the profit factors are pretty good on both sides. So, like, take consumer discretionary, the long side, 2.29 profit factor, 71% win rate, rounding. On the short side, 65% win rate, 2.22 profit factor, which just means we're choppy. Doesn't mean we're long or we're short. It just means, actually, what that means is we have a lot of volatility in this period and we're staying within a range. It's just a wider range. Here is 10-day hold. Most of these profit factors are weak. Consumer discretionary actually looks okay. Real estate stayed there. Communication also has a low number of trades, so mostly forget about it. Consumer staples looks better than no seasonality, but not a huge seasonality. Really, consumer discretionary is the standalone winner here. I mean, I'm ignoring real estate mostly at the moment because it only has four trades. Not a good sample size. So we'll check some of the other instruments in a moment here. Oh, excuse me. Let's sort by winners. Get our numbers. 138 on the long side. Short side's longer than the long side. Not by much. 163. That's new. Doesn't happen very often. Nice, Adam. And on 10-day hold, you've got 159 to 60. There's just that says not much at all. It's actually maybe a little weak. Let's look at the profit factors. A little less than 50-50. So this is pretty clearly saying across all of our metrics, whether we're looking at the long side, the short side, the 10-day hold, looking at it in conjunction, says that really we're just not very seasonal right here. The seasonal trend is to go nowhere at the moment. So when with that in mind, it's usually a better time for premium, right? Set of directional trades, sell some stuff. That's what seasonality is saying. Where is my Pro Trader dashboard? There it is. This one looks interesting right here. In tap, 19 out of 20 trades, which is pretty neat. Very high accuracy, very high profit factor, and this daily chart looks pretty good. Unfortunately, something does always have to ruin it. It has earnings in 6 days, so it'd be a quickie trade, but uh, buying momentum spies up so much. Maybe not a great idea. I'd be careful. One more.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Just be very careful.
Pretty.
Yeah, that's true. It could happen. Uh, doesn't look like a long. That's a very important distinction that will really, as you become the more seasoned trader, you'll really appreciate the meaning of that more. Um, and Paulie, I have no idea what your level is, but I'm just speaking generally to everyone. Uh, Not looking at everything as a long or a short will really save your butt a lot. Because sometimes, like for example, right here, does this look like a great long? This is a daily chart on the SPY. No, it's pretty overextended. But does that mean it's a good short? No, it means that it needs to rest. It does not always have to retrace to rest. Sometimes it can just stay right here. It could stay right in this. Oh, it could stay right in this little range right here for a week or 2 weeks, like this period. So it just didn't go anywhere. So we ran up in this period and then we just hung out, especially on broad indexes. Crude's another great example of that. We flushed and we flushed. Or you think right here, look at we hit the 100-day moving average. We really were overextended to the downside. Was it a good long? No, it just needed a rest and then it wanted to continue its move. This is a lot more rare. This up and down move right here. And you got to play the odds, folks. All right. Here's the link again for seasonality. Hopefully, I'm not missing anything on YouTube. Oh, things spazzing out. Hey, I'll ask you guys a question real quick. I did post the link. Um, does anyone else, when they have Zoom open on their computer, whatever window you have the Zoom on, like kind of freaks out? I have 6 windows here, but whichever one I have my Zoom on, even if it's not full screen, like it just does a lot of weird stuff. Yep. Now I lost the chat. Lovely. There it goes. I doubt its processing power. This is a pretty souped up computer. And it's only Zoom, by the way. I run a ton of analysis programs. I've even, we run scripts like in Python. Nothing comparable to the virus of Zoom. All right, folks, that's all I got. Someone asked me a question. Will I look at gold? That's what they asked me. And I will do that, and then we will get out of here. Looks great. Looks like a good day to buy. If it breaks 229, I'm out, but I'm probably averaging in at the moment. All right. Have a great day, folks. I have gone Mac and I have gone back. I used the Mac in college and I hated it. I use Apple for everything else except for a computer. See you, Murray. iPhone. Haven't owned an Android since 2010, 11. Yep. All right. Don't forget the class, folks. It'll be fun. It's seasonality. I love that stuff. And I'll see you all tomorrow.
The market's sure doing a lot today.